Hello everybody, this is me speaking on behalf of Wombel Junction. Wombel Junction started over 20 years ago and was built in Nebworth. It was built with Code 95 track and had a traverse at one end. It was about 8 foot long when it was fully open. This is a picture of the track work that was made for the junction itself, which was a single slip with associated points. This is another picture with the point with an arrow showing where off road off to the turntable. This is a general view of the area as it is now in my loft with an amount of junk that's around it. This is another general view from the front with the turntable on the right hand side and the new greenhouses on the front. This is another general view again of Wombel, looking at the junction itself with the signal box on the right hand side and the new village. This is after the junction itself, where 2/3 was still shown to the public and 1/3 was a traverser, also shown to the public. This is a new bit. This is Brocken Woodyard, quite close to the new Topham station, and that is located by the loft entrance. This is the main station looking from Wombel on this side, and then the other side is to Wombel, and that is that situation, all with new track. Topham itself is at the top of the steps as you approach the loft, so it is quite wide between one side of the loft and that, because the loft steps are one-sided. This is another general view of it towards the end of its life, as it stands now, waiting for further work. The original layout was about 28 4-foot long in the loft and 8 foot wide as it stands today. It has a return loop both ends, one about 2 foot radius and one over 3 foot radius. It was originally wired in DC with 3 or 4 controllers. Since then, I've been changing it over to RPC and TCC control, with track detection almost there, but still in progress. This is the track plan of Wombel Junction as it is today. The bottom area, in this area where the bottom corner, left-hand corner, and the fiddle yard is Topham as it is, as Wombel is net was. And I'll try and move a little bit away as there seems to be something in front of it. But the track plan is basically the same. The number of tracks are exactly the same here, and the goods yard and the junction is the same. Where the 3 tracks on the right hand side come away and worth where the traverser used to be. As you can see, there's a little tiny branch line in the left hand corner here, and that is not ever really been commissioned yet. We then come to the Brocken area, which is the main station on the layout now with the main junction. The straight ahead is the Southampton run, and to the coming down is the Bournemouth run. The system works by, if I position the run, I can select routes. So if I want to come from the bottom of the old Wombel area into platform 2, I push a route and you'll see it'll light up. It then, if you want to take that onwards into the fiddle yard, you push a route for it and it will go into the fiddle yard. We then can go from the fiddle yard back out to, say, platform 4 from that, and you'll see that will light up. If I want to come back into the station, I can then route from there into the station from 2. So you'll see that number 2, which is somewhere here, and you'll see the points will have changed to suit the route. We can now bring it back into the fiddle yard, which is over this end again. And so we could then perhaps choose another route out to somewhere else, so we know there's a bit of space. This is the basic of my track plan. I will now dismiss that bit and go to the values. Let's clear that. This is where all the information comes up from the routings. As you can see, there's ticks in the boxes where the controller has set points and produce different elements. It will also light up if the trains are on the track. This box will show all the occupied areas as it goes round, and it will cancel as it finishes the route. For the communication to it, it's an RS232 system, and this is the setting up of it. This is the route for one, and you can start it there. And then the down here is when you set the items up. As you can see, it's got a preference and routings. These are the cards you use. These are the input cards. This one are all inputs for the sensors. If I go to an O1 here, this will give me all the outputs for that card. I'll just pull that down a little bit. And that's the platform control power. And we go a bit further down, we'll probably find points. I can't remember which ones are which at the moment, but they're all PLs are normally points. So that is that. I don't think there's anything else. This is all can be read up in the manual, and it's quite useful. I'll clear all that. We then drop back to here. You can have more than one graphic. This graphic is the Wombel area return loop and fiddle yard. So it's quite useful information. As I say, it's a 232. This area here is where the loft ladder comes into the roof, so we're tight for getting through into the area in the loft. This is the early end of the layout with the wiring. This is Brocken, the train running through it. And this is a train arriving at Brocken. Night engine into Brocken from Con. This is another one from Tom, and all the buildings are a mixture of kits and hand-built. The wet wall is handmade. The retaining wall at the back of the station that's coming up is extruded plastic. And this is another bridge at the Brocken area. All the station was hand-built around basic kit equipment. The buildings at the back are a mixture of kits and modified kits and hand-built kits, all plastic. Trees homemade. Scenery in the background was homemade. This is Totten, again made with bits and pieces of various suppliers and a general view. The bridge in the front was handmade as well. Most of it is still standing, but not very good.